Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video we will be comparing System.io versus Clickfunnels to help you decide which of these tools is best for your business. Now make sure to stick around because I have some awesome offers to give you if you do want to sign up to either of these tools. And with that being said, let's jump right in. Okay, so System and Clickfunnels are both tools that I have extensively used in my business. And the biggest deciding factor on which one you will want to go with depends on the amount of money that you want to spend, where you are right now in your business, and what you actually value out of a tool that you are going to use to sell digital products and build funnels. Because if we go over to the pricing area inside of both of these tools, they are priced very, very differently. So System.io is definitely tailored more towards beginner entrepreneurs, people who are just starting to sell their digital products online, as we can see with this freemium plan right here. So the way that System.io works, their essentially funnel in a way, is to get people in on this freemium plan right here, where you can have up to 2,000 contacts, you can send unlimited marketing emails, you can create one email marketing campaign, you can create 3 sales funnels, and you can even go down here. I'm not sure if it's on this page, but yeah, you can create one online course, you can create one community right here. So on this free plan that is completely free forever, you can essentially start and build your online business. Then what is going to happen once you start getting things off the ground, you start to make a few sales, your business starts to grow. What's going to happen is you're going to hit these upper limits. You're going to get more than 2,000 contacts. You're going to need to build another sales funnel. You might want to build another course. So you are then going to upgrade to the startup plan. And this is where System.io make money. Eventually you'll hit the limits on this. When you're making more money, you'll upgrade and you'll upgrade again. Whereas Clickfunnels is overall, if we take pricing out of this entirely, Clickfunnels is a better tool. And I'll show you this when we are doing things like building funnels, when we are doing email marketing. Objectively, price taken aside, Clickfunnels is a better tool, but it's a pretty expensive tool with that being said. So if we go over to the monthly plans right here, you can see we have launch. This is the launch plan. We can get up to 10,000 contacts, 50,000 emails per month. We can create 3 courses. We can create up to 5 custom domains. And once we hit these limits, we need to move up to scale. Now with both of these, if you do want to sign up at any point throughout this video, with System.io, you can sign up using my affiliate link down in the description. And if you sign up using my link, I will give you access to my advanced bonus vault, which includes a full System.io course, done for you funnel templates and done for you email sequences. And if you want to sign up to Clickfunnels, rather than coming straight to the Clickfunnels website right here and just signing up for a standard 14-day free trial, I will leave the link to the One Funnel Away Challenge down in the description. And with the One Funnel Away Challenge, this is a free training that is run by the creator of Clickfunnels, Russell Brunson, that shows you how to actually build and make money with a funnel. So this is the course right here that he offers for completely free. And with this, you also get access to Clickfunnels for 14 days for completely free. So I will leave both of those offers down in the description. So jumping into the back end of both of these tools, and although I said earlier that Clickfunnels is objectively a better tool, this does not mean by any stretch of the imagination that System.io is bad. This is also an awesome tool. But just to show you, somewhere where I think Clickfunnels really excels is in the funnel creation area. So if we go over to sites right here and we click into sales funnels, I'll just create a new sales funnel right here. And let's say that this is an ebook lead magnet giveaway. So this is the funnel that I'm going to create. So I'll select build an audience right here. We can create this and then we can click into the funnel. You can see that we have an opt-in page and a thank you page that are here by default, but we can go down and we can add any other funnel steps that we like info pages, sales pages, checkout pages, anything like this. So we have all of the templates right here. We can click and expand on these. So let's go down and we can choose a lead magnet page that actually has an ebook on it. So let's just choose this one right here. We can go ahead and open this up and click into edit page. And this is still a fantastic funnel builder. So we can go ahead and we can remove this menu at the top. We can of course add any elements that we want to add into this page from the side. So if I want to add a video, for example, instead of this image, we can go ahead and delete this. We can then add a video into this area. If this is a little bit too high, we can go down here and let's increase the margin to like 50. Let's try about 75. And there we go. This is like somewhere in the middle. Perfect. We can then add the video in here. Once again, we can just play around and remove these elements. We can move the text around the page like this. Click into the text if we want to edit this. So I can say grab, let's actually go back and do this out properly. So I will go to how this was originally with an image here. And we can say something like grab grab your free ebook. Then we can go in here. We can maybe add an image of an ebook that I have. So we could go for something like this, drop this in, and this is how we would create a page on system.io. So we do have all of the tools, but this is just not as in-depth or as functional as it is on Clickfunnels. And when I show you Clickfunnels, like this is really mind-blowing. They have the best funnel builder out of any of the funnel builders out there. This is what Clickfunnels was built around, so it's no surprise that they do have the best funnel builder. But we can go into create a funnel right here. From the funnels area, let's go ahead and start from scratch. And once again, we'll just call this the ebook funnel. This is like a lead magnet funnel that I'm going to be creating. So we can go in and we can create the funnel right here. We can then go through and add the first funnel step, add in a new page. And these are the templates that we can choose from. So we do have a lot more templates inside of Clickfunnels. As you can see, we have like 4 pages. We have 68 different templates that we can choose from. And although it's not a massive difference, I would say that the template quality is a little bit higher on Clickfunnels. But we can go in, we can create this page right here. And if we go in to edit this, the kind of builder itself is very similar to system.io in the fact that we can just drag and drop things around. We can click into images to change them. It's a very simple builder, but they just have so many more features inside of Clickfunnels to help you build an awesome funnel quickly. So once again, with things like this, we can click into the image right here. To change the image, we can just click into here, choose an image from my computer, which is going to be this image right here. So we can go ahead and drop that in, maybe make this a little bit smaller by dropping down the image width. Clicking into the text, so this is all the same as system.io, right? But something I really love about Clickfunnels is if we go up to my assets right here, you can see that we just have some instantly built elements that we can drag and drop into the funnel, and they just make the funnel that much quicker and easier to build. And this is just something that we don't really get with system.io. So you can see if you are selling a stack, you can just drag and drop this in and then customize this. So let's say that I'm selling like 3 different things, we can just drag and drop that in here. Whereas if I wanted to create this exact same layout inside of system.io, let's do that right here below this element. What we would have to do is we would have to go ahead and drag in a section. So let's drop that in. Then we would have to drag in 3 columns like this. Inside of each of these, we would then have to drag in a content box, which is like this little box that holds everything inside. So we could drag a content box there, a content box there, and a content box there. We'd have to turn the header visibility off. And as you can see, this is just a lot more work. You can still do these things inside of system.io. You still can create beautiful and awesome funnels, but Clickfunnels just makes this way easier because of this My Assets tab. And you have things for everything. If you want to create an About Us section, you can simply drag and drop this in, and then you can customize this. You just change the image and the text. Whereas with System, you have to build the entire thing from scratch. So that is the funnel side of things. What we can also do is we can go ahead and create products. Inside of Clickfunnels, this is pretty funny. We actually have to go down here and we have to add an app. Then we have to add email marketing. If we want to do email marketing, we have to go through and configure this. If we want to add a course though, as you can see, we can add a community and a course right here. So we just have to add the app. Let's choose the community name, which is the Holden Academy Community. Let's do communities first instead of courses just whilst we're here. So we can create a community right here. We can then click in and view the community, and keep in mind, this is like very basic. Of course, there's nobody in here, so this will look a lot more fleshed out when you have people. But what we can do is we can create like different tags down here, kind of like Reddit if you've ever used Reddit before. So we can go to start here. We could create a post specifically within this tag. But let's say as an example, I'm like teaching people how to play music. In here, this could be like music resources. And then this one could be beginners channel. And then this one could be like a piano channel and a guitar channel. And then people can go into these different channels and they can talk about different things. We can also do this inside of system.io. If I just go to the Holden Academy community right here, this is the community. As you can see, a slightly different layout, but the overall things are the exact same. So we have topics down this left-hand side, which are the exact same as the channels that I just mentioned in this area. We can click into these different topics. So as you can see, this post was made in affiliate marketing. If I go to dropshipping, there's nothing in here because nobody's put anything in yet. So that is the community feature on both of these tools. Honestly, not a crazy difference between these. Certainly not a $97 per month difference for the community themselves, but for the funnels, there definitely is. Then we can, of course, go ahead and create courses on both of these as well. So let's go down to the courses area. We can turn courses on inside of here. So we can go in, let's create a course, and let's say that this is the piano mastery course. This is once again like teaching people how to play music, piano mastery course. We can then go in here and select the course image that we would like to use. So I'm going to select this image for my piano mastery course. We can add a description, and then we can go to the next step. Just like this, it's now going to go ahead and create the course. And then inside of here, we can go in and we can add different modules and lessons. So for this first module, we could say this is module 1, welcome to the course. We can then add a module image and a description, but in this example, I'm just going to skip these things. You would, of course, make these to make your course look beautiful. We can then go in and we can add different lessons in here. So we can say what you will learn. We can then create the lesson. And once again, with Clickfunnels, I would say the course area is a little bit nicer just because it's easier to edit and it's easier to make look super, super nice and clean. So we can go into this first lesson right here. It's a lot more optimized. So as you can see, we just go ahead and add the video right here. We can then add a description of this course and it's going to build out in here. So I'll actually show you an example. Let's see if we have a super quick video to go ahead and upload. So just like that, the video has been added. This main section right here is if you want to create something that goes underneath the video, we can go ahead and do that. We can go down and add a footer, maybe like an about us section, whatever you want to show up. But then we can click on save changes, open this up, and we can see how this course is going to look. So remember, this is still very brass tacks. This is not very edited, but this is the design of the course. Whereas if we go to system.io, and I actually do have courses on here, so I can show you the full layout of this. This is my system.io course. So we can go into the system.io launch series right here. We can go ahead and open this up and click on view. And this is how this is going to look. Now, keep in mind that immediately this just looks a lot nicer than Clickfunnels, but this is because I spent a lot of time actually going in and editing how this looks. You could get Clickfunnels to look very similar just by like changing the background. And I would actually say that Clickfunnels is a lot easier and quicker to get to look like this. Then finally, we have emails, and emails are something that I think system.io does do a little bit better. With Clickfunnels, you still absolutely can do emails. So if we just go down here, and we grab the email tool right here, we can go ahead and add the app. And the broadcast name, we can just call test. Now, the reason that I think Clickfunnels is not quite as good as system.io is because to actually send this out to create a full email sequence with automated emails, it's just not as well built for this. So what we would have to do is we would have to go in here, we can write the subject line, the pre-header text, and then we can go in and we can design the email right here. So we could go for blank template and we could write that out. But what we have to do is we have to set this to later and we have to choose when we want to send this out. So I could say if I wanted to create an email sequence, I would send this email tomorrow, then the next email the day after, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after. Whereas with system, let's go for this affiliate bonus sequence. You can see that we can literally like set a delay and each email is going to fire after the other. So rather than creating broadcasts that we just schedule to a different time, we can actually create email sequences inside of system.io. Once again, not a deal breaker. We can absolutely create email sequences inside of Clickfunnels. It's just not as streamlined as inside of system. So overall, which of these tools that you choose really depends on where you are in your business and how much you are willing to spend on a software. Objectively, Clickfunnels is the better tool, but it does come with a more expensive price tag, whereas system.io is perfect for beginners getting their business off the ground. Either way, I would say when you get to the end of the system.io pricing, where the pricing is pretty much the same as Clickfunnels, I would definitely go ahead and upgrade to Clickfunnels anyway. Either way, that is my comparison of system.io versus Clickfunnels. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.